Now, it's coming up just a year since the LG G4 launched, and we picked ours up and we thought it was an incredible TV. But is it still the TV that you should buy now? Well, we're just around the corner from the new LG G5 being released. In fact, here in the UK, pre-orders are already available. Now, last year we hooked it up with the LG gallery mount soundbar and we put it side by side with the G3. And the differences were, well, they were noticeable. It was definitely brighter, but it wasn't like the difference between night and day. So are we going to see a similar type of upgrade this year? Well, so far we've got 3 different sizes available for pre-order: the 55, the 65 and the 83 inch. For the 55 and the 65 you get the choice of having either the stand or the gallery wall mount. Now, one thing to bear in mind is that you get a free soundbar with all of these TVs apart from the 55 inch, which comes on the stand. If you go for the 55 inch with the wall mount, then you do get the option of a free soundbar. Now, you'll know if it's got the wall mount or the soundbar because the model number will either end in W or it will end in S. W is wall mount and the S is the stand. Now, this is saying it's going to have a 3 times brightness booster, but that is compared to the B5 OLED, and so it'll be interesting to see how it compares against last year's G4. The new processor will drive improved graphics, faster operation, and it will really lead the AI technology. Now, as we confirmed a couple of weeks ago, we won't unfortunately in the EU or UK be getting the new remote, the one on the left there. Instead, we're getting the old Magic remote, which has just been updated, which has now got an AI button right in the very middle, and it will have access to the AI features. So disappointing. It's to do with EU laws around having the numbers on the actual remote. Okay, the price points. Well, we've got the prices for 3 of these in the UK now. The G5 55 is 2399. It's the same price, in fact, as the 2024 prices. Same as the 65 inch version, 3299, and the 83 inch version again is the same price. Now, if the US do adopt that same policy, then the prices underneath, the one with the star, that's what the US prices will be. Now, last year on the G4 there was LG's Brightness Booster Max feature, which gave you the extra brightness. This year it's going to be called slightly something different. It's Brightness Booster Ultimate, and that is because there is no MLA technology on the G5 this year as there was on the G4. How it will compare when they're side by side, well, it's probably going to be a bit brighter, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, one thing that I did say though is without having these TVs side by side, you probably won't notice too much difference. And that again is likely to be the same between the G4 and the G5, and it's just whether the extra features that will be built in this year are going to be worth the extra. So for instance, the technology, the MLA technology that was on the G4 is not going to be present this year on the G5, but it is going to have a slightly higher refresh rate. Higher refresh rates for PC gamers up to 165 Hz. However, if you're just a console gamer like myself, then you're going to be still limited to 120 Hz, and so therefore it doesn't matter which panel you go for, the G4 or the G5, 120 is going to be the most you get. And one big feature which was discussed a lot at CES was the AI service, so the adoption of AI right throughout the operating system. And it's promised that it will actually learn the type of picture setting down to the individual choice. And also it will be a lot more personalized this year, creating individual personalized AI solutions for individual users. And with the AI Voice ID, you'll be able to just switch automatically between different users just by talking through Voice ID. Now, are these things going to be the type of things that you're going to be using on a day-to-day basis? I'm really interested to find that out, because these type of features are likely to be the biggest differentials between last year's G4 and this year's G5. So it's got to be something which works and works well in order to maybe warrant the extra price. Now, talking about price, how much can you pick up last year's TVs for? Well, here are the actual prices for the latest models of the same TVs, the 55, 65 and 83 inch for today's date, which is February the 19th. And as you can see, you're paying around 60 to 61% for the 55 and the 65 inch, and in the US it's 63 to 69%, With the larger model, obviously that one hasn't come down as much, 74% and 81% in the US, but still a significant saving over what the newer models are going to be this year. And it's just whether saving that extra cash is going to be your preference rather than getting the latest model. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Another thing that seems to be popular nowadays is packaging a soundbar for free with these TVs. And with the offers that I've spoken to you about today, a soundbar is included, whether it be the G4 or the G5 series, but those soundbars do vary depending on how much you're spending on the TV and what type of TV it is. So for instance, I had the G4 but the gallery mount last year, and so therefore I got the gallery style soundbar, which attached flat to the wall with hardly any gap. You don't have to have that one, you can choose a different one, but you need to select that at the time of the options. I will leave the link for all of these TVs in the description so you can just check out the new TVs and also some of the prices on the old TVs as well. So my friends, in summary, if you're considering getting either the G4 or the G5, then the things that I would be looking at is dependent on how you're going to use it. Are you a gamer using 165Hz refresh rate? If the answer is no, head towards the G4. If you're not really that keen on the AI features and you're not going to have loads of different profiles set up and loads of different users in your house, well, again, then the G4 will probably be fine. And all you'll probably be lacking is maybe a little bit of brightness in the picture quality. But believe me, as you can see from these pictures, this TV is a stunning, bright, beautiful TV. I've got no issues with it at all. So I'll leave the links and hopefully you can save yourself some money, guys. But let me know what your way you're going to go. Are you going to be holding out for the new one or picking up a bit of a bargain and going for this, or even something completely different, like maybe the Samsung S95D? Thanks for watching this video, my friends, and I look forward to seeing you on the next.